What if the most foundational relationship of your professional life was forged while trapped inside a 35,000-gallon water tank? That is the reality Tom Holland recently brought back into the spotlight when reflecting on his cinematic debut in the harrowing 2012 disaster drama, The Impossible. Filmed when he was just 14 years old, the production was notoriously grueling, subjecting its cast to immense physical and psychological strain to recreate the horrors of the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. Looking back at that pivotal chapter, Holland didn't focus on the technical chaos or the grueling hours. Instead, he heaped emotional praise onto his on-screen mother, Naomi Watts. He candidly shared that during a time when he was completely overwhelmed by the scale of a massive Hollywood set, Watts essentially stepped in to mother him in real life, guiding his raw talent and protecting him from the intense pressure. The sentiment didn't just sit in the ether. Within the last 48 hours, Naomi Watts publicly reacted to Holland's words, and her response has struck a major chord online. Visibly moved, Watts admitted that hearing his praise brought back an absolute flood of memories, validating the deep, instinctual bond they formed over a decade ago. She explained that from the moment they began rehearsals, she felt an overwhelming responsibility to create a safe space for him, knowing he had never stood in front of a film camera before. To hear that a now 30-year-old Marvel superstar still credits her with that level of emotional security was, for her, the ultimate full-circle moment. The public reaction to this exchange has been remarkably soft-hearted, a rarity in today's hypercritical digital space. Viral clips of a teenage Holland presenting Watts with an award years ago have resurfaced on TikTok, running side by side with their recent commentary. Film enthusiasts are flooding social media platforms to dissect how that genuine off-screen trust directly translated into the film's most devastating, critically acclaimed scenes. Rather than sparking cynical debate or toxic speculation, the interaction has evolved into a broader conversation about child actors and corporate accountability on major sets. When you strip away the glamour, this situation escalated in visibility because it highlights a massive structural flaw in how the entertainment industry treats young performers. Hollywood history is littered with tragic stories of adolescent talents who were treated as mere props or financial instruments, left to navigate overwhelming adult environments completely isolated. What Holland described wasn't just standard workplace courtesy, it was an established A-list actress actively choosing to expend her own social capital to shield a newcomer. By stepping into a protective, maternal role, Watts disrupted the often cold, transactional nature of a multi-million-dollar set. For Holland, who has frequently spoken about the anxieties of sudden, astronomical fame following his casting as Spider-Man, having that grounded foundation at age 14 likely altered the trajectory of how he views the industry. For Watts, it solidifies a reputation that goes beyond her undeniable acting credentials, proving she possesses a rare professional integrity that prioritizes human well-being over production efficiency. This leaves the industry with an uncomfortable but necessary question moving forward. If a young actor's psychological safety and professional survival depend entirely on the voluntary kindness of their older co-stars, is the system itself fundamentally broken? While we celebrate this rare, enduring bond between two generational talents, it forces a deeper examination of whether Hollywood can build institutional safeguards to protect the next generation of artists, or if newcomers will always have to rely on the hope of finding a rare protector in the chaotic tides of stardom.